Hi, this is George Alger. Welcome to today's segment of Our Ventura TV. Today we're going to be talking about community engagement through murals. And joining us is artist MB Hanrahan. Welcome, MB. And what does this even mean? Obviously there's a lot of communities, there's a lot of murals in the community, but what does that mean in terms of engagement?
That's an excellent question. And it's true. People see murals and they don't always know where they come from. As far as I'm concerned, and many others, may I say, community engagement is bringing the community into either the production of the mural, the actual painting of the mural, the subject matter of the mural, or it relates specifically taking the community that the mural is in, taking that community into account, and adding some community or something about the surrounding community to an institution that may be not as obvious where it is located.
Okay, well, another example, at least that I'm aware of, is that you, at least some of the time, are including kids in the actual creation of the murals. Can you speak about that?
I absolutely can. What's great about mural painting is that for the most part, it's very easy to engage non-professional people in the creation of a mural, whether it's the brainstorming or the actual painting of it or both. So I have been very blessed for decades to be invited, often schools, but they've also been like juvenile detentional facilities, and after-school programs for youth or summer programs. And as an educator, now that I think about it, with actual students, where the kids, we'll just say, actually start with the brainstorming. Often there's a theme, if it's a school, or most organizations or sponsoring organizations will have a theme, and we do brainstorming. We come up with ideas. Often I crunch them together, make a composition, though sometimes I have the time to actually take them through making the composition, putting all of our ideas together, and then coming up with that. If it has to get approved, it has to get approved, and drawing it out on the wall and then actually painting it in. With some murals, such as the Tortilla Flats project that I did with Moses Mora and still ongoing, the community engagement was telling a community story. So it entailed going out and getting oral histories from people. Sometimes it's that deep, and using that as the subject matter. The people themselves didn't paint in the mural. Sometimes the people don't even exist anymore. Sometimes community, well, you asked about the youth, but I was going to go off and talk about community engagement in general. Sometimes, and we know this, that the best people can do is sponsor some community engagement through a mural. But that's very important as well, because sometimes just getting the wall, just getting the surface, and where that surface is and what that surface is definitely like the cool community engagement gem of the project. So, that has happened for me where I've approached people because the organization, like a big business, say, because I just like, can we just paint on that, please? What's going on with this wall that you own? Can we paint on it? And so for me, sometimes the engagement of the sponsor, that's where the community engagement starts. Maybe they're even like making money off the community, or people in the community work for them, but their footprint in the community hasn't gone beyond that. And then by interfacing with a mural and maybe the muralist's crew, they have now become more integrated into the community.
Very good. I'd like to touch on the Tortilla Flats mural again, just simply because it's one that perhaps most people in the area have seen but didn't know it. All right. So can you describe its location?
Okay. Well, first off, we're talking a region, and I consider myself regional to the Gold Coast, Ventura County, and counties around here area. But I'm not originally from here. When I did move here, I was lucky enough to connect up with Moses Mora, an activist and an artist, and I learned about this neighborhood that was displaced when the 101 freeway came through Ventura, California. So all the murals that we have done, and we have done 3 of them since 1995, and believe it or not, we're going to, in the future, there will be another.
When you say another, and you say 3, you actually mean 3 and 4 of the one tortilla flats.
Yes, I'm coming. I will. I'll swing around. Yes.
Okay.
So that was a community engagement mural where, first off, there was the engagement of having people learn about the story of this neighborhood. So then people had to be engaged to tell us the stories. So the first mural was across from the Ventura County Fairgrounds on a 500-foot long wall. That mural came down. Then it was recreated underneath the 101, where the 101 freeway cuts over Figueroa Street, going north and south out of Ventura. And then there's yet another one on South Ventura Avenue and Main Street. And then now the one that we're planning is going to be in the area of the original Ventura projects, now called the Westview Village, because the projects were built to, for one reason, was to have some low, housing for low-income people, for the diaspora of folks that were displaced in the 50s when the 101 freeway came through and moved up the avenue. They needed a place to live. And so the connection continues of why these projects, were built, and then the continuing stories of the families living there, being displaced from Tortilla Flats. So the community engagement element with that mural, the very first mural was painted with like over 100 volunteers. The second mural was done in collaboration with Caltrans and the city of Ventura, plus these 2 artists, right? The third mural was done with the city of Ventura and their community partnerships and a local business owner that happened to, own this original Tortilla Flats building. And now this, the Westview Tortilla Flats Legacy mural, we're working with the Housing Authority. So again, there's when we say like there's a community focus, you see that it is not just an artist doing their thing, of which that's great. I have done murals for purely decorative reasons for, specific clients. I want my building to look better. I want my house to look better. But with these, myself, I can never say I. It is always we, because even like with this 4th one now, we are going to start interviewing people that are still alive that lived in those projects, and then possibly find some that have roots in Tortilla Flats, like my partner Moses.
Very good. Well, MB, we're almost out of time here. I'm wondering if you might have a summating message for the viewers.
All right. What it is this, is that when we look around, I think that it isn't very difficult to identify where more beauty can be brought into this world. And whatever comes out of an artist's mouth is going to sound self-serving, but there are many, many artists that do things in many different ways. However, I feel that when the community is brought into the artistic process, it becomes a power greater than the artist and greater than the community itself. That may sound really big, but it's happened to me every single time, including working with the kids at schools.
I think that's very well said. Thank you so much, MB. We're going to wrap up now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is George Alger signing off for this segment of Our Ventura TV. Until we meet again.